Here's my 2014 Alaskan camper that I acquired just a couple months ago. After I got back home with it on, I immediately painted it, the green and the brown on the top there. And just last week I finally got this 25-foot WeBoost mast to hold the overland trucker's antenna. And I use the sleek WeBoost, it's a little gizmo, a cradle to put your phone in. I have that routed inside to, use to get the signal boosted up. The camper is on a 99 Dodge Ram I got about 5 years ago. Has a big gas guzzling V10. I took out the back seat and the passenger seat to hold extra supplies and my toolbox. I really like the woodwork inside these Alaskan campers. As you can see, I took off the table. I never use a table, and I put it over there. I wish it was a little narrower so I could just leave it back there, and I have to pull it out because the top goes down too far. So back up here, see that bulkhead? I cut 5 inches off that so I can easily get out of bed and get in bed without bonking my head half the time. That's 1 inch thick with plastic laminate facing on both sides. So it's very strong. It's not reducing any structural strength at all, actually. And I use a Sirius radio, and my sleek WeBooster is all rooted into the corner down there where the sidewall goes up. There's a gasket right there that, it's not going to be pinched too bad. Actually it's just a little crack. And so I don't have to drill any extra holes in the side of the camper. As you can see, the walls are darker. That's 2 coats of natural cherry minwax I put on the woodwork or the walls to complement the dark countertops. So now it looks real nice in here. The original owners changed the Naugahyde to this soft material, which I really like, actually. And they put up those snap-on coverings over the windows. This was a custom build by Alaskan Camper. It's the upper part, the ceiling, is actually 3 inches taller than normal, which makes it even more easy to sit up in your bed. I've got this really neat wedge that I bought from Bed and Bath one time to use, and my pillow is a heavy-duty memory foam pillow, which I can also prop up. I really like that pillow. It holds your head up, from your shoulders just right. Here we are down under the sink. When I originally got this, the company had routed this black hose, the black one, down over here through the shelf floor, and there was a 90-degree plastic fitting to go to the other black hose that went out to the back of the trailer. And it was really slow, very slow. In fact, it would fill up this gizmo here, which is different than I've ever seen. It doesn't have an actual J-trap. And so I unhooked it from that 90 degree, and I blew into it, and it gurgled quite a bit. And then I had a pan available by that time, and it spewed out a bunch of stuff, so it was starting to get clogged right up in there. And so what I did was cut a hole in the side of the camper right next to the outdoor shower fitting, and I have that section rooted right out the side there. Now it drains immediately every time. You can see the section of hose sticking out of the wall there, and it drips down into a bucket I use there. When I lower down the top, I push that back in so it just sticks out about 1 inch. And since there's a little bit of room between the top and the wall there, it doesn't get crushed or anything. And notice how I put the shade screen. It's actually a shade tarp that I cut down to use to shade from the sun that comes down. I always park away from the sun. I don't want my bedroom to get really hot when it's really hot out. And so in the late afternoon, that shade screen protects, from having the sun go right in there. This is my 7x12 raft trailer that I acquired also a couple months ago to haul all the stuff I had in my bed of my truck, including those 90-inch weather guard storage boxes on each side. I have a motorcycle. It's called a Rock-On, 2-wheel drive. I use that crane to crane it up. I can't drive it up on a ramp because I haven't got any room after, because I've got bins in there that I have on the other side. And so I live on the road. I have been living on the road for 45 years. And I used to be a traveling sign maker all over the West. And I had a 26-foot trailer before I bought this camper. And so this is what I've got left. And you know what? When you're living on the road, you got to have a rolling hardware store. That's all I can say about that. Luckily, it had that Fiamma awning on the side and on the back. That silver thing vertically there with the wheels is a motorcycle trailer. I have a 11-foot raft that I take down to the lake a quarter mile down a hill, and had that made so I could use the motorcycle to haul it back and forth. And there's a table right there under the solar panel, and I've got that in that little box there. I have a 10 amp controller, and there's a wire, 2 wires. It's actually 16 gauge, or no, it's 8 gauge speaker wire that I just got recently to replace some flimsy wire I had. And that goes over to my truck battery. There's a 1/2 amp parasite draw all the time on that thing. For some reason, I never could figure out what it was. And so I'm always topping off the battery with that solar panel. And that gray box in front of the solar panel is actually another cooler. I could actually hook that up to the controller also to run the 12-volt cooler. That gray wire coming out from my truck goes back to my lounge chair 50 feet to a little speaker so I can listen to Sirius radio out there on the channel that I had chosen. Well, that does it for the few mods that I did on this camper. I really love this thing. And I like the rustic look inside, but yet highly refined. And it's pleasurable to and comfortable to live in.